communicate, communicate, communicate. Let's talk about the word communicate. The part of speech is a verb, which means it expresses an action or a state of being. In common usage, to communicate means to share thoughts, feelings, or ideas with someone else through language, either spoken or written, and often in person, on the phone, via email, text message, or other forms of digital communication. The key idea is that communication involves giving or receiving information, and it can take many different forms depending on the situation and the people involved. One special note about its usage is that communicate can also be used as a noun, referring to the process of exchanging information itself. So you might say, the communication was successful, or I had a good communication with my teacher. The professor emphasized the importance of being able to communicate complex scientific concepts in a clear and concise manner when discussing new research findings with colleagues at conferences. Formal usage. In contrast, Sarah turned to her friend during a coffee break and said, "I'm having trouble communicating with my roommate about whose turn it is to do laundry." Casual conversation usage. Highlighting the everyday struggles of expressing oneself effectively in informal settings. Meanwhile, in a meeting, the CEO stated that one of their key strategies for expanding into new markets was to communicate their brand's values and mission through targeted marketing campaigns and social media initiatives. Business, academic usage. So you want to know about this important thing we do with words and ideas? It's when people exchange information, thoughts, and feelings with each other through various methods, such as talking, writing, signing, or even just thinking. The main characteristic of this process is that it involves a two-way flow of thoughts, where one person shares something and the other person responds or understands. You might also hear people talk about expressing themselves, which means sharing their ideas or feelings with others. Or they might say understanding someone, which is like getting inside their head to know what they're thinking or feeling. This process is so essential that it's a fundamental part of building relationships, resolving conflicts, and even learning new things. Concentrate. 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 Let's talk about the word concentrate. As a verb, concentrate means to focus your attention or effort on something in order to achieve a specific goal or outcome. In everyday language, people often say they need to concentrate on their work or studies when they're trying to pay attention and stay focused. For example, you might tell someone that you were trying to concentrate on the instructions for assembling the furniture, but your cat kept interrupting. The key thing to remember is that concentrate implies a sense of intentionality and effort. It's not just about being present or aware of something, but actually putting your mind to work. One special note about concentrate is that its opposite, distract, can be used to describe situations where someone or something is taking your attention away from what you're trying to do. When giving a presentation to a board of investors, it's essential to concentrate on delivering clear and concise information about your project's financial projections, rather than trying to impress them with unnecessary details. For instance, as we move forward with this new initiative, I'll need you all to concentrate on identifying potential risks and developing strategies to mitigate them. This formal usage emphasizes the importance of focusing efforts towards a specific goal. In everyday conversation, when trying to get someone's attention in a noisy cafe, you might say something like, "Can you please concentrate on your coffee for 1 minute while I quickly text my friend?" Here, the casual tone is used to politely ask someone to focus on their own activity, without making them feel obligated or annoyed. The sentence itself is lighthearted and helps to establish a friendly atmosphere. In an academic setting, when writing a research paper, it's crucial to concentrate on analyzing data and drawing meaningful conclusions rather than getting sidetracked by irrelevant details. For example, after reviewing the literature, I found that our results suggest a significant correlation between X and Y. Let's concentrate on exploring the implications of this finding. This usage is more formal and technical, reflecting the language commonly used in academic publications. So when we talk about focusing our minds on something, like studying for an exam or listening carefully to what someone is saying, that means you're really paying attention and trying to get all your mental energy in one place. To help you do this, it's helpful to sit still, quiet down any background thoughts or distractions, and just focus on the thing that needs your attention, like a math problem or an important conversation. This way, you can understand and remember more of what's going on, and make better sense of things. Confer. 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 Let's talk about the word confer. So, the part of speech is a verb, which means it's an action word that tells us what someone or something is doing. The common usage of confer is to mean discussing or talking with someone in order to make a decision, usually about important matters. For example, you might say, the manager will confer with the team before making a final decision. It's also used to describe an official meeting between people who have the power to make decisions, like leaders of countries or organizations. One special note about its usage is that confer can sometimes sound formal or serious, so it's not typically used in casual conversations or everyday situations. In formal contexts, such as government meetings or official statements, we might say, the president will confer with world leaders to discuss global security issues. Here, the word confer implies a serious and important discussion where decisions may be made. In casual conversations, like chatting with friends at a coffee shop, someone might say, I'm going to confer with my friend about what movie to watch tonight. In this case, confer simply means to talk or discuss something with another person. In business or academic settings, such as planning a research project, we might use the phrase, the team will confer with experts from other departments to review and finalize our plan. Here, the word confer emphasizes the importance of gathering input and feedback from relevant stakeholders before making decisions. So you want to know about confer, right? Well, when we talk about this word, what we're really getting at is the idea of bringing people together to discuss or decide something. Mainly, it's used when a group of people, often with some kind of authority or expertise, come together to share their thoughts and opinions on a particular matter. They might be making important decisions, considering different options, or just trying to understand each other's perspectives. This can happen in all sorts of situations, like business meetings, academic gatherings, or even high-level diplomatic talks. You might think of similar concepts like discuss, meet with, or consult. These all have something to do with people coming together to talk and make decisions.